Hey up me odes. It's Rowie here with it's a Monday, and people seem to have quite taken to the incoherent ramblings that I do on a Monday. So I thought I'd go with another one. Got a new mic here, so you can see that there. Hey up me odes. There you go. So it's pretty cool, isn't it? No expenses spared here. No expenses spared here whatsoever. So I'm just going to go straight in and say it. Stop putting beer in cocktails, you fucking maniacs. It is mental. Stop it. Every beer cocktail that has ever existed tastes like shite. Beer does not work well as a cocktail mixer. It does not mix with spirits. Stop doing it. It's stupid. I eh, there's sort of classic beer cocktails like the Michelada. That's fucking awful. In fact, if you know of any beer cocktails, mention them in the comments, and I'll point out to you that they are awful, because they are. Every single one is dreadful. So a beer that isn't dreadful, though, probably, because I'm going to open it now. I assume it's not going to be. We are going to be sipping on Track Gold Top series here. This is Holding Stories Gold Top DIPA, Citra, Nelson, Ruaka, and Citra Cryo. So this is 8.5% ABV from Track Brewing in Manchester. So thank you very much to Charlie, who works at Neon Raptor. He picked this up for me from his barbers of all places. As soon as I remember what his barbers are called, I'll put a little link up there. Maybe not a link, a picture of their logo. But yeah, so let's get this poured, and then we'll talk about those absolute buffoons who seem to think that beer goes in cocktails. So I was the manager of Junkyard for, well, not the manager, I was a manager of Junkyard for quite a while. So I saw many different sort of other junior managers come in during that time. And the one thing, whenever it happened, whenever someone new came in, their big first thing was they wanted to try and turn Junkyard into a cocktail bar, because it was always their background and they wanted to just make cocktails, even though they were applying for a job at a beer bar. And it always used to fucking do my Swede in, because everyone was always like, you're a beer bar, we should be making beer cocktails. No, we shouldn't. They're fucking awful. There's no nice beer cocktails. Beer isn't a good ingredient to be used in a cocktail. Oh, but, you could use a lovely saison or a bit of mixed firm instead of champagne. No, you can't. You just can't. They don't taste the same. They're not interchangeable, you absolute gobshites. I also hate any beer bar that does cocktails. Full stop. I think if you're a craft beer bar that specialises in one particular speciality subject, don't try and then bring another different speciality subject in there. It really boils my piss if I go to a beer bar and want to have a lovely 2/3 of maybe something from Track Brewing. Let's have a little slurp, shall we? Delicious. This isn't a beer review, so yeah, it's lovely. Buy it. Yeah. If I go into a beer bar to have myself a lovely 2/3 of beer, and then I've got to wait 8 minutes because some absolute arsehole has decided they fancy an old-fashioned whiskey cocktail in fucking 2022, it's unbearable. I just have to stand there while some jackass behind the bar stirs down whiskey with water, stirs down whiskey with ice, bitters, and sugar, just because some pussy can't drink fucking neat whiskey. It infuriates me. It is beyond me. If you're too much of a wimp, oh, there we go, booted something there, felt passionate about that. If you're too much of a wimp to drink your whiskey neat, you shouldn't be having neat whiskey. That's it. So old fashions they're rubbish. They shouldn't be in cocktail bars either. So yeah, that's that really. Is beer doesn't belong in cocktails, and cocktails, as an extension, don't belong in beer bars. If you are in a beer bar, or you run a beer bar, and you have cocktails on your list, take them off, please. I don't go into cocktail bar. If I go into a cocktail bar, I have to make do with the usual tripe that they have in the fridge, where they've extended their love of beer as far as fucking gamma ray because it's got a fucking moon rocket on the can. So it looks quirky. That must be craft, mustn't it? It's got a skull. It's got a skull and a rocket on it. There we go. Beer list done. Now let's spend fucking 8 hours learning how to vacuum pack different types of fucking sherbet. Yeah, you put all that effort into that. You don't put it into your beer, do you? Cocks. Like, I remember once, right? This is when I worked at Junkyard. Actually, I was working behind the bar, and a lady came up to the bar, and she said, "My friend only drinks margaritas, but she's really fussy about them, and she sends nearly every single one she ever orders back. Are you up for the challenge?" I just looked at her and went, "No, I'm not. Go somewhere else then." And and she looked shocked. She's like, "Are you saying you don't know how to make a good margarita?" I was like, "No, I don't want to make your friend a margarita, because it sounds like I'm going to have to make it 3 times before the dozy bastard wants it anyway." Oh, it was unbearable. Cocktail drinkers, fucking hell, they're dreadful, aren't they? But yeah, keep beer out of cocktails and keep cocktails out of beer bars, please. I think if we all did that, the world would be a happier place. And if you want to be a happier person, then give the channel a like and a subscribe, because that is a guaranteed way to make yourself feel a little bit happier. There's no guarantee that that will happen, to be fair. But yeah, as always, thank you for watching. Have yourself a good one. I might do an actual beer review tomorrow. Tipper Tuesday tomorrow, innit? So I might do that. But yeah, thanks for listening. Yeah, have a good one. Don't put beer in cocktails.